never stop reading the Bible. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into the book of Nehemiah, specifically chapters 4 through 6. It's all about that period after the exile, focusing on rebuilding Jerusalem's wall.
Right, and it's such a powerful story about overcoming, well, just about everything thrown at you.
Exactly. We're talking external opposition, internal strife, the whole lot. The goal is to see how Nehemiah and the people actually tackled these massive obstacles.
Yeah, and what strikes me looking at this is how relevant those challenges still feel. You know, trying to achieve something significant always seems to attract opposition, and often your own internal issues can be just as tricky.
Okay, so let's jump right into chapter 4 then. This external opposition, Sanballat and his allies, they weren't happy.
Not at all. And the first move was ridicule, right? Trying to shame them, make the whole project look, well, foolish.
Trying to stop it before it really got going.
Pretty much. It was a deliberate tactic aimed right at their morale. But the response is key here.
Which was?
Faith, basically. They trusted in God, but they also just kept working. Determination.
But it didn't stop at mockery, did it?
Yeah.
Things got more serious. Threats of actual attacks.
Oh, absolutely. The threat became very real, very physical. They genuinely feared an invasion attempt.
So how do you build a wall when you're expecting an attack any minute?
Well, this is where you get that incredible image where tools in one hand, weapons in the other. Literally.
Wow.
It just shows the kind of constant pressure they were operating under. And Nehemiah, his leadership was just crucial in holding it all together, keeping people focused, reminding them what they were fighting for.
Incredible resilience.
Yeah.
But, okay, dealing with external enemies is one thing. Chapter 5, it reveals some pretty serious internal problems too, right?
Definitely. While everyone's focused on the wall, you've got people inside the city really struggling. Food shortages, heavy taxes. It was tough.
Basic survival issues.
Exactly. And worse, some of the nobles, the wealthier officials, they were actually exploiting the situation. Usury. Lending money to their own struggling neighbors at really high interest rates. People were losing their fields, even their children, because of debt to their own countrymen.
Oof. Talk about undermining the whole effort from within. That must have been terrible for morale.
Oh, absolutely. It could have derailed everything.
So how does Nehemiah handle that? He's got enemies outside, and now this crisis inside.
He confronts it head on. He doesn't sweep it under the rug. He calls out the nobles and officials publicly.
Really?
Yes. He rebukes them strongly, calls for repentance, and demands they return the fields, the vineyards, the interest they'd taken. He pushes for major reform.
And did it work?
It did. And crucially, Nehemiah led by example. He refused to take the governor's food allowance that he was entitled to because he saw the hardship the people were facing. That kind of selflessness, you know, it really resonated.
Okay, so internal issues addressed somewhat.
Right.
But the external enemies, Sanballat and company, they didn't just give up, did they? Chapter 6 shows they just kept coming.
Relentless is the word. They switched tactics. First, they tried to lure Nehemiah away for a meeting, probably an ambush.
He didn't fall for it.
Nope. He saw right through it.
Yeah.
Said he was doing important work and couldn't come down. Then they tried spreading rumors, false letters, accusing him of planning a rebellion.
Anything to discredit him and stop the work?
Exactly. And when that didn't work, they even hired a prophet, someone supposedly speaking for God, to try and frighten Nehemiah into hiding in the temple, which would have been against the law for him as a layman.
Desperate measures.
Very. But Nehemiah's discernment here is remarkable. He recognizes it's a setup, that God hadn't sent this prophet. He just refuses to be intimidated or distracted. His focus is purely on finishing that wall.
And despite all of it, the ridicule, the threats, the internal exploitation, the plots, the lies, they finished the wall.
They do.
In just 52 days.
52 days. It's astounding when you think about the level of opposition. Really highlights the power of focused leadership and collective determination.
A truly remarkable achievement against all odds.
Absolutely. It really shows that getting something important done often means pushing through resistance from every direction sometimes.
From the center studio.